Hello, everybody. We are live. I am VeVe Magic, and I am joined by these fabulous women in the VeVe community for our Ladies' Night live stream. I want to say that welcome to everybody that is watching, and also to all my lovely ladies on the screen. Tonight, we are going to be serving some major BDE. And for those of you that don't know my version of that acronym, it is bow down energy, because we are all queens. Right?
I love it. Yay.
So I want to welcome Tina. Hello, Tina.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you guys.
MiizzCherrii.
Hello. Thank you for having us. So excited.
Raven.
Hello.
First YouTube appearance.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Woo, happy to have you.
Thank you.
Tammy, how's it going?
Oh, yes. Very good, thank you.
VeveFamBam.
Hi. It's my first time on your stream, I think. No, it's my second. It's my second.
Yes.
Okay.
And Miss Slammy, who some of you may know from Discord and Women X VeVe.
Hello. Glad to be here.
And we should be having KCollections joining us shortly. I think she was getting off work, so I'll add her as soon as she's available. I really want her for this first part of the conversation because I know that she's going to have a lot to say about this. How are we all feeling about the comic drop announcement today? Let's start with MiizzCherrii. A very animated response.
Well, it's so funny because I love SpiderGwen. Like, she's kind of my alter ego with my childlike self. So I've just always loved her anyway. So it kind of felt like it perfectly happened that they're doing a giveaway. Then they announced it, and then I had just changed my profile photo to her because it just felt perfect. So I'm super excited. We're definitely going for it. Oh yeah.
All right. What about you, Raven? Are you liking this comic?
I honestly didn't know much about it. Like, I was Googling after that popped up. So the more I was reading about it, yeah, I'm getting excited for it. But yeah, was it like, has she been in a movie before? Like, is there a movie coming up?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The Across the Spider-Verse. She's going to be in Across the Spider-Verse. I think it comes out June 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was in the first one as well, right?
You can actually go see it Thursday. Thursday. We have tickets for Thursday.
Perfect. Yeah. They always have the drop dates, and then they always show it early anyway, a couple days before. I don't remember if she was in the first one. She might have been.
She was in one of the other ones. She is in one of them, but I can't remember. It was like a smaller part.
Yeah. I just know, like, I know MiizzCherrii, you have her as your profile picture, right? On Twitter. And I know that KCollections is a huge SpiderGwen fan. Yeah, she's like dressed up as her and everything, and just art with her.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh, when she comes on, I have to ask her about it. Yeah, I don't personally know much about the character. I'm not huge into comics, but I definitely want this one. You know, everybody's been so hyped for Miles Morales and where he's going with MCU. And I feel like that's kind of the rumblings going around about SpiderGwen as well. So, you know, there could be a lot to be seen for this character. And it's just, I mean, I love Spider-Man in general. So all the variations I'm here for. FamBam, are you going for that comic, do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I've been becoming more of a fan. I've got some comics somewhere. I don't want
physical SpiderGwen comics yet, I don't think. I may have gotten one at Disneyland. I can't remember, but I need to get
one
some
comics.
Cool. All right. Poor Miss Slammy was having some technical problems, so hopefully she's able to make it back. If not, we will miss you dearly. I hope you can. So let's start with what has been, this is kind of a loaded, tough question, so take your time if you need it, but what has been your favorite part of VeVe to date so far? Whether it be a drop, an event, community, anything like that. Tina, are you ready?
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's so much I love about VeVe, as many of you guys know. I would say that community is huge. Going to the events in real life was just a game changer for us, for sure. New York was amazing. DCon was amazing. We do plan on being in New York again this fall. The community, like we're in lots of groups, which is really cool too. So I feel like if you're new to VeVe, like try to get involved. Like I feel like the more and more you get involved, like Discord. Like Discord's probably one group I haven't really been involved with, which I need to be. But like the VeVe Gold Card group, there's so many different groups. Mint Hunters, there's a bunch of different groups. There's the VeVe Feed. Even like local VeVe Arizona, like so a lot of us got together. VeveFamBam has been a great contributor for that, kind of pulling us together regionally. But even just getting to know the YouTubers, interacting with them, live streams. I just feel like they support the community so much. And knowing you guys and then doing awesome cross sales or negotiations or deals with people or having just some random person just help you out of nowhere. It's a really special and different feeling compared to the real world. And everybody just kind of like, in it for themselves and cutthroat and, so I would say community for me, but I also love hunting. I love collecting. I like the game. So all of it.
Yeah, I love your response. And you and Rudy have both been such amazing, active members of the community. So great to meet you guys at the events. And I love what you said too about working with the community. You can we can't do trades, right? But you can work together to go after things that you want. And there is that sense of family where you want to help each other out. I saw that you recently did a deal with Silicon Secure and he was able to get Woody. And
I heard he liked 888s and they were like, you got to talk to Silicon. Oh yeah.
That's so cool. I'm sure he was really stoked about that one. He does love 888s. I don't even know how big his 888 collection is, but it's impressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really exciting. And okay, well, I was going to say something else. I forgot what it was. I'll come back to it. MiizzCherrii, what about you?
So Tina definitely hit the nail with the whole community thing because I'm still casual and kind of indirectly part of VeVe, even though I'm coming more out into it. So for me, I think it's the excitement knowing how early we were with it. My husband really was the one that, got us into it and really put the work and effort into getting us our collections and things like that. And he always would say all the time, you don't understand how early we are, because I'm pretty sure we got in only a couple months after it was a thing, was created. So it's just such a cool feeling of wow, we really, and when things happen like the cash out or KYC, all these different things that are getting updated with VeVe, it's cool to be wow, we were there before all of this started. It's really awesome. So I think that's really cool. I think it's
easy to forget because it feels like time moves so quickly. I mean, it feels like I've been doing this for 5 years and it really hasn't been that long. But when you think about all the growing pains and all the things that VeVe has progressed on or gotten further along the line with from where we started. I mean, I was back in the super, super glitchy drops, to see its growth. And all those kind of things. And it's pretty amazing to see how far the app has come, the company has come. And it still hasn't been that long. It does feel like that. And so you get a lot, there are people that have that energy of when, and it's you realize it hasn't really been that long, right?
Really, so just to have that much growth in such little time, it's going to be really awesome to see where it is in the future. So
sure. And I remembered what I wanted to say. I did also encourage my lady friends, if they wanted to, that they could celebrate happy hour. So I'm taking no pressure, but if you want to calm the nerves a little, and I have
refills. I have
water. I'm done adulting. I'm going to Disney. That's my cup.
Nice.
This is literally from my son. This cup is from my son. If you can read it.
Jurassic Park. You'll get Jurassic. Jurassic Kid.
Don't mess with Mama Saurus. You'll get Jurassic.
I love that. So good.
That is so cute.
All right, Raven, what about you? I'm super curious to hear your answer because for those of you who don't know, while Raven is not much of a forward-facing person in the community, she is extremely involved. She's so supportive of the community and so many YouTube channels, and she is really everywhere, even though she sort of kind of likes to remain incognito, but massive member of the community. So what about you?
Yeah, thanks for saying that. No, because everything you said is so true anyway, because I find that community is definitely my answer right now. Just because that's what's kind of pushed me a little bit more. Like I have been on the sidelines. I have been watching. I've been, observing, and I love hearing everybody's stories. I think that's my favorite part about the community is just hearing their journeys and just having people to share in the same interests and passions. Like in the real world, like my husband's the only one that listens to me talk about VeVe and gets it. Like nobody else wants to talk about it. So for me, definitely the community has kind of pushed me a little bit, and it just makes it so enjoyable and fun. And I just want to keep going and see where it goes. Like the journey is the best part.
I love that. That's beautiful. And I want to give you massive kudos and shout out for pushing yourself, because I mean, it started, we've talked for a while in the background, and it started off, a while ago that we, just had a voice chat one-on-one. And then, we got involved together in the Discord Poker Club. And then you started hanging out with Women X VeVe, and you have come on to the Discord shows that we've had, as well as a couple of Twitter spaces, and you really pushed yourself and were so vulnerable and open. And now you're here, and it's just
crazy.
The growth is it's really exciting. And I know it's super hard. I've been there. I'm still there. Like I get very nervous for this stuff. So I appreciate it and understand it. And I just think it's really awesome what you're doing. So thank you for being here.
And I'm in a group where I feel safe,
right,
and encouraged. And that's it's priceless.
Yeah. Before we continue, what's up, Casey? How's it going?
Hi.
Also, we opened up talking about the comic drop announcement today, and I said I need to talk to her about this and get her take.
Yes, I can't wait. I mean, my collectibles has been saying it, and I'm like, okay, he better be right, because now I want it. So I was super happy to get the news today, and I'm definitely going to be going for it. I'm hoping I get the secret rare. If not, then I'll be in the aftermarket getting it. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Do you have this one in physical form?
Possibly. I was actually just thinking that I would have to go through all of them, but I might. I think I do.
I know. I'm like, now I gotta look, because I kind of want the physical format of it.
Right?
It's super cool. And I was saying out, like, serendipitous it was that we got the drop announcement for this comic today with our ladies live stream.
I know.
Got the girl vibes going. So I was like, hey, no one did not know it was dropping. No insider knowledge. It was just a surprise. I saw it. I'm like, this is perfect.
They did it just for us. Just for us. That's why.
They're like, oh, the girls get together. Let's give them a little something to talk about while they're at it.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see. We were at Tammy. What about you? And the question was, what's been your favorite part of VeVe to date?
So my favorite part is getting out of that bubble where you don't, you're so used to being in everyday life, going to work, doing family, everything. And last year I just decided to go down to decon. Went by myself, didn't know anybody. I mean, I knew VeveFamBam. We messaged, like a couple weeks before, but it was just getting out of that bubble and going down there and meeting people, and them being so welcoming, meeting Dan, David, Randy, you, everybody, going to Disney with you and Silicon. I mean, it really got me to step out and, being comfortable with it. And it's nerve wracking, and so Randy's great, going on a live stream with him has helped me get out of that, and just being able to grow with everyone that's been here for as long as we have. And it's great.
Yeah, I mean, you took to it very, very naturally. So I was kind of surprising that, you were nervous, and thinking back about it, you did just kind of get out and decide to go do this on your own. But we first met at Disneyland the day before Decon on Friday, and it was just a very small group of us with Silicon and Austin and Anthony. We all sort of got together, just had a fun Disney day, and just really clicked and hit it off. And you were like a pro. You were so all over the place with everybody.
Oh gosh.
You fit right in so naturally. It was like you've been going to events for years. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I want to go to more, but that will depend on work schedules and that thing. But yeah, no, it was Disneyland was just going there before DCAM was just the icing on the cake. It helped me just go, and it was good.
yeah, right. Cheers.
Thank you, Bill.
I guess we didn't do like a full cheers, did we?
I know, right?
No,
Even if you have water, who cares?
Water.
It won't happen, don't worry.
Cheers, ladies.
Yeah.
I was going to say something else to you, Tammy, and I'm blanking on what it was now. I'm sorry, my mind is going a million miles. So I'm going to forget.
No, you're good.
Differently. FamBam, what about you?
Hold on a second. Sorry.
No worries.
Sorry for work stuff. Okay. For me, it would be, I think it's the best part is meeting everybody in real life.
Yeah.
The decons, everything, like the ones who haven't experienced it or the ones that have, you can also confirm that it's just an experience like I've never experienced before. You know, there's all this is great too. I love being on here. I love being on Twitter. I love the app and the everything that's collected. But meeting everybody, you don't even have to talk about VeVe. You're just there, and you're just so excited together, and it's just such great energy. And it's something that I don't think any of us will ever have again. Like besides being here in this community. So
yeah, it's really special the things that we're able to experience now with each other, because you know, I do believe that there's going to come a time where the meetups will probably still happen, but might be very different. There's going to come a time where, you know, the CEO and COO probably aren't going to be showing up at events, or if they do, it'll be in a much different capacity. So being able to experience sort of the growth of the community, of the company all together with them and have that shared experience is special, not only for us, but also for them. Like, I think that's probably huge for them to be able to see everyone supporting the company growing together and wanting to be there and celebrating and having fun. That's one thing about these live events is you can't put a price on it, and you can't explain just the sort of euphoric vibes of just everybody with positive energy all being together at once. I mean, you get a group of a bunch of people at a bar and you're all drinking, things can get kind of crazy and wild, right? That has never been the case. It has always been just awesome and fun.
I agree. Very respectful, very fun, very positive.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait for it to go.
I'm ready. Yep.
I know. I'm like, give me that schedule. I want to go to everything.
I know. Teresa got to see a little bit when we all met at Heather's house. Yeah. So just imagine that with like hundreds of people.
As long as you don't push me, I think we'll be good.
No one's gonna push you.
Yep.
No, I'm super excited to go to something next.
All right, Miss Slammy, what about you?
I hate to like feel like the, I guess, echo in the room, but
your echo is good right now. I did hear it a little bit earlier, but right now it's good. So if you hear when other people are talking, you can mute, but you should be good. And if we hear echo, let's just mute while she talks.
Okay, that's fine. Actually, I was talking about echoing everyone else.
Oh,
I've been having so many So I would probably say, like, first it's the community and just like getting to know different people. I know that there's actually a few people here that I'm meeting for the first time, which is really cool. And I know I spend most of my time in Discord, a little bit on Twitter. But just the community and a lot of the events that I guess the community has just created, all the YouTubers and the Twitter spaces, all this stuff, and Discord, the games that, you know, and activities that we're able to participate in has been super fun. But then I would also say the learning. So it's like I've learned so much being a part of this community, like being introduced to NFTs, to Web3, to other projects. And then even just the IP and the characters that like I knew of, and I guess many of them maybe I didn't actually know of, but then being able to like dig into and learn more about, you know, a specific character that maybe I really like or just kind of caught my eye or whatever. So that's that's been my favorite part so far.
Yeah, huge shout out to you because you are like a very thorough researcher. For those of you who don't know, Slammy is big behind the scenes of Women X VeVe. We tend to not want to put a face on Women X VeVe because we are a collective, we are a group. There is no leader, there's no head honcho or anything like that. We all collectively work together to be part of the community. But she does a ton of research. The last did a lot of research for the I'm blanking on the comic, the one with the
Silk. It was FA.
Oh, Silk.
FA Silk, and she put a lot of information out on the Women X VeVe Twitter handle as well as Discord. She's fabulous at getting us all organized for our Discord parties and our Twitter spaces when we have them. So while she may not be, you know, a face everywhere, she is super involved in the community, and I'm always very impressed by your research. I know you talk to like Brock McBreadcat a lot, and always hungry for, you know, blockchain information and Web3 and wallets and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I can't even wrap my brain around it. And so I sort of like stay away, and you're like, no, I need to know it all. So
Yeah.
major props to you for that.
And there's, I mean, I definitely do some research, but there's a ton of stuff that I haven't dug into at all. And it's actually funny that you mentioned kind of, you know, not being really out here as much, like my face or whatever. I actually had planned on never being out in the open like this, or being on Twitter Spaces or doing the Discord parties. So I kind of blame you for that, Magic.
Well, then I'm pushing my blame to Silicon because I was the same. Yeah. I was faceless. I was genderless. I had a random username, and I was like in, you know, Discord here and there, and I was on Twitter, and I was listening on Spaces. Never planned on doing any of this. Yeah. And he's like, people want to hear what you have to say about Disney. Come on, do a space. And then it just sort of snowballed. And I'm like, what happened?
That is so hard to believe because you are so good at what you do. Like, it just blows my mind that you even say that.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. But I truly never had planned on it. Like, people don't believe me when I say that I'm a wallflower. I'm like being in front of a screen. The only reason I feel like I can do YouTube is because nobody's in front of me. You know what I mean? If I had people standing here in front of me, I would probably pee my pants. Like, I would not be terrified of public speaking. But because I can't see them, it's a little easier and less daunting. But yeah, never planned on it. Yeah, so don't be expecting any speeches when you see me out in public because it ain't here.
I was here for at least a year before I even started becoming active. I changed my name. This is my third name on here, and y'all probably don't even know what my other two names were. I don't even remember. Like,
I was gonna say now you have to share.
Yeah, now I have to share this one because now that's what everybody knows me by. But yeah, I didn't expect anything. Like, I've never been like this with people before, being able to get up in front of people. And
when we were at Disney, Silicon was trying to get me a new name. Do you remember that, Magic? And you said absolutely not. Do you remember what it was?
Oh, okay. I don't remember what it was, but I remember that being my reaction.
Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna say it here because, but I'm gonna put it in our group so then you can see it because I don't. Yeah.
I feel like this is like beer pong. Every time somebody donates, I'm like, oh,
yeah, I'm just following.
Oh my god, that would be really bad. Every time somebody does something specific.
I'm the only one sober because I have to go to work.
Right? Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure what to do. I'm like,
I'm following her lead.
I know. You do. I'm like, okay.
Oh no, I just don't want to. It's delayed.
Keep going. Look at that. MC1.
Sanjay.
Another one. Sanjay.
Might be a record for you, VeVe.
That's hilarious. Thank you guys. Appreciate the support so much.
You guys have to be drinking in the audience too, though.
Right?
It only makes it fair.
Oh, I'm sure MC1 has his gigantic wine glass that he's drinking out of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
No, no shots. No shots.
Shots are so says VeVe.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Uh-oh.
By the way, I laugh like this whether I'm drinking or not. Don't think this is all alcohol. It's me.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. Okay, Casey, what about you? What's your favorite part of VeVe to date?
I think that community is a given, right? I think that that's what gives most NFT projects their foundation is a good community. That's what keeps them the longevity of the project is having a tight community and having like important people. But outside of that, obviously the IP is amazing. That's what got me in here in the first place was seeing Disney on the platform. So yeah, like she said, not meaning to echo everybody, but community and IP is obviously the best, in my opinion. But yeah, yeah, I think that it's really nice to get to know more people. I've always been like a social butterfly anyway, so I would talk to you guys either way. But I just love that it kind of encouraged me to even take it a step further and start my YouTube channel and host spaces. So I like that it kind of got me out of a comfort zone too. And I'm on like to new different projects and things that I probably wouldn't have been comfortable doing if I didn't meet this community of people. So yeah.
I love that Lambie is in the comments trolling.
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
Lambie's great, by the way. He's totally great.
I didn't even know what trolling was until VeVe. I was
right? Now you have a very broad, you have a very big definition of what that
You know
is.
what I remember in the beginning when I saw the word FUD, and my coworker were like, "What's FUD?" I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's Google. Like,
Mud?
yeah. And now it's just
You
like,
need like a VeVe dictionary, all of it.
Right?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, shoot, what does this mean? What does this mean?
Hi, Lori.
Oh, Lori.
Yes, if you make this a regular thing, we got to get other females on here for sure. It'd be super fun. Speaking of, this sort of came about because of MiizzCherrii and VeveFamBam being on Randy's live stream, and I really have the worst memory. I'm telling you, like, the worst. So I don't remember how it happened, but somebody suggested like a girls' night, and I was like, "Let's do it! I'll put it on." And so that's how it happened.
It was because I was fangirling over you. So I was like, oh my God, we didn't add this in the comments. There's no way. So I think you came out saying like we should do something, and then it just kind of flowered from there. So this is so cool.
Yeah, and I'm so glad I did, and I want to say that this is an important stream for me because you know, you ladies know that Web3 is at this point in the game is fairly male dominated, and there's a lot of male voices, and I believe that the female voice in this industry is super important. We definitely bring a different perspective to a lot of things, and there's often times that we can be speaking about something and people in the audience are like, whoa, I never thought about it that way. And so I just think it's really valuable for us to have our input, and it can be a little bit scary and daunting because it is so male dominated and trolling and all those different things. So it can be a little hard to get out of that comfort zone, but I applaud each and every one of you for pushing through and putting yourselves out there because our voices need to be heard. And you know, I think we add a lot to this, and I would love to see more female representation in the community. We have some amazing women in the VeVe fam, and I love that so many people are coming out and speaking more, and I think it's needed. I love new voices, especially ones that we've never heard from before, and to get new perspectives on things, because you know, there's people in the audiences on Twitter Spaces or YouTube streams or whatever, and they have so much to add, but they just don't say anything necessarily. So yeah, I think it's really exciting. I'm very happy that we put this together. So thank you again.
Oh, we are too.
VeVe Magic for president.
Here we go again.
Soon we're gonna be like throwing it over our shoulder, like ha ha.
That's hilarious. Okay, so next question
That's
was,
my husband.
we talked about the broad overall.
I think you have an admirer.
I'm embarrassing me in front of my friends.
What's crazy is my son's nickname is Haz. So when I first read it, I was like, what?
Oh, that is so
You're like, son.
What? Wrong Haz.
Right.
So we did sort of like the broad overarching, favorite thing about VeVe, but now let's get a little bit more specific. Do you have a specific favorite moment or a favorite drop that you just have like a really fun memory about? Let's start with MiizzCherrii this time.
Oh, let's go back to that because I have a specific one, but I need to remember what the drop was.
What about you, Raven? Are you ready?
Yeah. For me, it was definitely that golden moments week.
Yep.
I just remember like the first one just being like everybody in my house was on a device. It was crazy. It was chaotic. Things didn't go well, but I kept like we wanted to give up and like, can we go play our games? Can we go do this? I'm like, no, we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep trying. And eventually it just started hitting, and everybody was like handing me their device. We need more gems. We need more gems. Like it was just chaos and amazing. And I love that, like, it's different now, that the kids can't really participate as much. But before, like, I just felt like it was such a thing where we all put together. And they still help me out sometimes, but yeah, that golden moment week was insane and fun, and I loved it.
That's a good one for sure. It was just exciting to see the overall excitement, and it just everybody was into it. Now you have drops where it's like there's fandoms or whatever, but like everybody wanted that.
Yeah.
And everybody would like share their stories of what they got, and that was special. That was a very, very special drop. Whether or not you succeeded, I still have PTSD from not getting Walt.
Yep.
But I did land some others on the drop, and they were very special. And I remember training my mom how to do the drop so that she could help me. And it's like that's the only one she ever did. But I'm like, you don't understand how important this is. Like, I need your help. It was a really fun, exciting time to be able to like share that. And I feel like that was a really strong moment in the community as well. Like everybody sort of being together for that.
For sure.
All right, let's go to Tammy. What about you?
Oh, mine was when I got my Walt to complete the series for the golden moment. I never in my wildest dreams ever thought I would actually have one. When it went to the all-time high, I'm like, yep, nope, not getting it. And when I bought it right before Decon, that was the best feeling that I got.
I thought you were going to say that you got it on drop. I'm like, wow, way to rub
No. I wish. No. Yeah, no, I got on the drop that week. I got 2 of the sorcerer hats and then a Walt during that week. So not a Walt, Bart and Homer.
Nice.
So,
That was
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah. Yep.
What about you, FamBam?
For me, actually, I was going to bring up the golden moments as well, because it was just really exciting. And again, the app was messing up at the time, and that's when I started using my son and I had the same phone, but he, I have different apps. I have a lot of stuff on my phone. He didn't have anything, so I had both phones, and I'm like, and his phone would get him, because he didn't have as much on there. And that's when I learned, like, I'm taking this phone to work. I'm taking this phone, like, this whole week for these golden moments. I ended up getting 3 of the golden moments. I got, like, the skateboard, Bart skateboard. I got Wally. I got, I think, Iron Man. And then I flipped them all because I wanted Walt. And he was still out of my reach. So that still sucks, but it was an exciting time. And then the whole Walt thing. And we found out, like, at work, because I'd be at work, we have this little conference room, and a coworker of mine, we're both in VeVe. He had just finally gotten VeVe like a month before the golden moment drop. And we found this spot in this conference room where the reception was really good. So we're like, we'd sneak off right before the drop. And then we had another guy who, no matter what he did, he couldn't get a drop. He just couldn't work the app well. But every time we would get drops. So we're like, get in here. Like, it doesn't matter if you can get it or not. Just get in here. You're our good luck charm. And it was just a nice time. And then I didn't get the wall on the drop. My coworker did, even though he'd only been in it for like a month.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You're like, yay, I'm happy.
Good job.
I was actually driving to Decon during the Walt drop. I pulled over to a gas station to try, I couldn't get it. And then he texts me and he's just like, I got one. I'm like, you liar. He's like, no, I'm serious. He had to take a screenshot and he signed it. And he's like, send it to me. Like, look,
Brutal.
So yeah, it was exciting.
Real quick, there is a little bit of feedback. I'm trying to determine maybe who that is. Is it, I feel like Tammy has the loudest sound, so it might be you. We can try. Please don't ring my doorbell. I'm getting an Amazon delivery right now. So maybe when everyone's speaking, if you could just mute so we can maybe figure out where there's a little bit of feedback coming in. Yeah, it's so funny that week was crazy. One day I was at Disneyland for the Star Wars drop. And so I sat next to the Falcon, and I've told this story before, but yeah, now the feedback's gone. So that's good. And I hit it and my payment failed, which usually like, that's okay. Now you can not your payment failing, but like, if you see the gems deduct, you can get out and whatever, but it like showed everything. And for whatever reason, it still failed and I didn't get it. And I was devastated. And then Walt Day and Simpsons Day, I was riding horses, and I was up next to it's out in the mountains of Malibu, and so there's no service, but one of the places up there has a little shed for the equipment that has Wi-Fi, and I was literally sitting on a horse with my phone. And I didn't know that it was the first one. I remember it was the Homer and Bart, and I was the first one, and it was like glitching so bad. And I was sat there and I'm like, I got to go to work, but I really want this drop. And I did manage to land. I think I landed the skateboard. And then I forgot the other day was Walt. I had to be riding on Walt Day. And I didn't know that there's people getting rebounds after rebounds. And I literally was having like lessons, and I was heartbroken. Because I couldn't sit there and keep trying. I had to go to work. But yeah, very, very memorable drop.
Yes.
All right, Miss Slammy, what about you?
I think my favorite was just my first. So it was the Spider-Man in, what was that, August 2021? And it wasn't just because it was the first. It was my first, and we were, my husband, a friend of ours, we were with a group camping basically, and we were like, guys, we were supposed to go out on a boat. We were like, we kind of can't do that yet because we haven't tried. It's me and my husband, but it was also one of our friends too, and we're all like just huddled around the picnic table, like waiting for it to happen. And then, that I think that was not a blind box. We had to select which one to go for, and it was, try for this and then try for something else, and it was I don't know, there was a lot of excitement around it.
Yeah, that's a good memory as well. I don't know if your phone is sitting on something, but you are muffled. I was able to hear what you were saying, but just FYI, it was muffled. That is probably, besides not buying Walt right off the bat, the Spider-Man drop is also my biggest regret, because I didn't go for the ultra rare or the secret rare because I thought the prices were ridiculous. And talk about being short-sighted, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Short-sighted.
I remember even having a conversation with my husband about it, trying to justify spending, I don't know if it was $250.
Yeah, I think the ultra was $200 or $250, and then the secret was $400, as I recall.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
I think so.
I could get these other three I could get three instead of one. And God, I think I got the common rare, but man, have I changed since then.
Thank you.
I learned so much.
Well, and that's before we really understood the value of scarcity, right?
Yeah.
Like now you're seeing all these drops that are so incredibly scarce, but like scarcity wasn't really talked about back then. Like, yes, it was a secret rare and there was only 1,000 of them, but it wasn't like everybody was freaking out over it. Like to the extent that people do now. When something is really scarce, it is a huge topic that people, like to debate about whether, you know, this one is worth it or not because of scarcity. Well, if it's an FA, you know, I mean, we're seeing it right now with like Luke, for example. Everyone's going nuts over the Luke secret rare. But that wasn't really the case back then. Like, everybody knew, but at the same time, there was a lot of people like myself that were like, but they want $400 for it. Can you believe that?
Right.
Dang. All right. What about you, Casey?
Favorite memory was probably just going to Decon and hanging out with you guys and meeting you in person, for sure. It was just so nice to actually speak with you guys in person instead of through a screen. So that's definitely my favorite memory. Or also getting this auction for VeVe Arcade painting. Oh, just kidding. This painting.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. That's super awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty awesome memory of mine too. But as far as drop day goes, I think that the best drop day for me was Vader, because we hit the ultra rare. Both Austin and I both got an ultra rare, and so we were just ecstatic. We were like, "What the frick?" I missed the whole golden moment thing. I joined right after all the golden moment drops, so I didn't get to go through all that with you guys. But the Vader was super intense and exciting for us.
Yeah, for sure. That was really exciting too. All right, now back to Tina.
I also joined after the golden moment, so I got the ultra rare Vader, and that was a game changer for me. But I will tell you, I am in the craziest of crazy right now. Like, right now is like the craziest deal, and I will announce soon as it is secure, because I cannot announce it. But oh my gosh, so many sacrifices. This will be my biggest purchase ever on VeVe. I am dying inside because I just want it. Like, I want it so bad. So yeah, I'm a little nutty with VeVe, but it is just something so, like, if you've noticed, I have floored some things that I've never even cashed out of VeVe. I don't even know how.
Yeah, me neither.
I have no idea. Money goes in, money goes in, money goes in. That's it.
Yep.
Like, I don't even think about it. I have no idea how it even works. But what I am working on right now, oh my gosh, it is so nerve-wracking. Like, I am literally 24/7, like VeVe, just like, oh my gosh, I'm working toward the goal, So
I'm like dying to know, because you made some crazy deals. You guys have some amazing stuff in your accounts, so I'm very curious to know what it is, and best of luck. I hope it goes well. But so this will be, if this goes through and you're able to succeed, this will be what, like, your probably favorite moment?
Yes. This has been maybe 2 months in the making. Like, I floored my AF-15 secret rare, which I never ever even listed since I got it.
Did you say your AF-15 secret rare?
I floored it. It's on the floor right now. I have floored my FF1, which I sold today. I floored my Kang Avengers 4. Like, these are things I never even listed. I floored my secret rare Spider-Man. Like, it has been like,
I'm dying.
I want to know. Can you share it privately?
Right. Live real quick.
No, I'm like the shadow.
It's okay.
Like,
send us a message immediately after.
Yeah, let us know.
As soon as I secure it, you all will know.
Oh my God. Wow.
Rudy, get out of here.
He's like,
Get out of
here. He's like, stop talking about it. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Sorry, I just dropped my water bottle. Okay, MiizzCherrii, you ready now?
Yes, now I am. My husband helped me. First off, Tina, good luck with that. My husband kind of does the same thing where he'll be in the sidelines for a while, but working on something, and once you get it, so good luck, and that is super awesome.
Thank you.
So excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so being like, I'm more casual, but I feel like, especially with doing stuff like this, I'm starting to come out more as not just being casual, but being like a VeVe goer. So when we first started getting into it, we have a routine every morning that we wake up like half an hour before, we get our phones cleaned out, we turn off the Wi-Fi, we have it set up. Yeah, exactly. But when I was still new to it, like I didn't understand it at all. I was just like, oh my God, okay, I'll wake up. And it was one of my first drops that I got and he didn't. And it was the Amazing Fantasy number 15. And he was so excited for it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'll support you, but I wasn't, But when I landed it, he's like, you got it. I was like, oh, I see where you get the feeling. Like I understand. And it happened again when he got the SR Miles Morales on drop.
Oh, wow.
Now I finally kind of understood, and I didn't get it, and I was like, no. And he's like, I got it. It was just, we celebrate. So that feeling, exactly. So it took a couple of those drops to kind of understand, but that first one that I got and he didn't, and I was like, oh no, okay, like I get it. So every drop, we have that, and so if one of us gets it, it's just a big celebration. But that was like my first, like my defining moment of like, the switch flips to be like, okay, now I get it. And now it's exciting and I get fully, now I'm part of it. So that would have been
such fun stories. I love it.
Yeah.
Quicker question. You don't have to give me a why, but I want to see sort of where we're all at. What is your favorite IP on VeVe? Tammy, we'll start with you.
Oh, Disney and Marvel. Absolutely.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, hands down.
Yeah. What about you, FamBam?
Oh, I know it's hard to pick. So hard to pick. I don't have anything that's like just this one. I'm just kind of all over, but I've really been getting into Marvel more, and so I guess Marvel would be my favorite IP at the moment.
Slammy?
Definitely Marvel.
Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it would be Disney, honestly, like going into it, but I actually think I've gotten way more into Marvel because of it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm Disney obviously is number one, but I feel like I have gotten more into Marvel as a result of VeVe and like connecting dots and all that kind of stuff, getting more invested into like what they're doing and then wanting to see where it relates to what VeVe's doing. So I feel more emotionally into Marvel now than I was. I just used to watch superhero films and be like, oh, that was cool. And now I'm like, but what happens next?
I really appreciate the art because I wasn't really into art, and I mean, I appreciate it, but I feel like I have a different appreciation, and I've branched even outside of, what's on VeVe and gotten to know, the artists, that maybe are not necessarily on VeVe, but are kind of like very closely knit to the community in general, and it's just changed my perspective in that space. And I think art doesn't necessarily get like the I don't know, like the attention as much.
You see this? Oh my gosh. All right, Casey, what about you?
My favorite is probably Disney and Marvel too. Nothing different. I came for the Disney and I've always loved Marvel. So yeah, I love both of those.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting more into Star Wars, if anything, because I never really cared for Star Wars. And now I'm like, dude, Star Wars is pretty cool. So
have you been watching the movies more now?
Yeah, I went through and watched all the old ones again. I watched them when I was a kid, and for the longest time, you guys are gonna laugh at me if you're Star Wars nerds, but I thought Anakin and Luke were the same people, like when I was a kid, because like but so okay. Yeah, I'm learning more about the Star Wars stuff, and I like it. I'm loving the Mandalorian and Ahsoka, so. I'm waiting. I can't wait to get Ahsoka collectible.
Oh yeah, that'll be sick. That'll be sick. Okay, yeah, I know so many people that will go just nuts for Ahsoka. I don't really know that much about the character, but I know it is huge. Based on everything I see, like in the community, but also when I go to the parks and stuff, it's very popular character.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Tina?
I can't decide either. Like, I really love Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney. That's been my thing growing up. Love it in VeVe. So I can't pick one.
MiizzCherrii.
I'm a huge Marvel girl, so definitely, obviously Marvel. Disney, of course. I love the villain series. That was a really cool series. And then what I'm excited for, and that will be one of our favorites, is so we're big gamers. So now that Capcom and Monster Hunter are there, we're really, really looking forward to seeing, Street Fighter and kind of looking at the Capcom side with like video games, because that's going to bring a lot of people in, but it is something else that we're into. So super excited for that. So these IPs are awesome. Like, they really have a great, they have something for everybody. So we're looking forward to that. And then Marvel and Disney, obviously, that's a given. Like,
I love
what
your.
game are
I
you
love
looking
your
forward
comments.
to most? Sorry.
You're fine.
I just wanted to know what game she's actually like looking forward to most having on VeVe. Like, what specific game?
Well, I mean, if we could have anything, we're huge gamers. It's kind of like, I mean, Diablo 4 would have been really cool. Like, I pre-ordered Diablo 4, so I can't wait. But that would be really, I mean, there's so many games, Borderlands, and you have BioShock, or, Assassin's Creed would be an awesome series, Activision doing stuff like that. But so now that if Street Fighter comes on and we can get that going, that will just open the floodgates for all of these gaming communities to be like, whoa, yeah, let's do that. Like, let's start doing this, because I will get everything. It won't even be my husband being the VeVe goer anymore. That would be me for sure. Like, we gotta get this drop. You better wake up.
Katana.
We want to go up to this comment.
Happy Tree Friends. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Do you know a little bit about that? Because I literally know nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Yeah. So Happy Tree Friends was like when YouTube first kind of came out. It's a cartoon series, but it's very adult. Like, it's very crude. It's gory, but it's definitely kind of an old school, like, for adults. But they're so cute. They're like these little cute characters. So if you watch some on YouTube, definitely be warned. It's kind of graphic, but it's awesome.
If you don't like blood, don't watch it.
Yeah, and they're like they're tree friends, so they're little, squirrels, or they're like animals, but they just do these little skits that, like, back in the day when they first came out was, we probably shouldn't have been watching them at that age, but that's definitely going to be a nostalgia one for sure.
I feel like VeVe again was like, oh, look, they're having a live stream. They're talking about gaming. We should just like drop this.
That's what I'm saying.
Hysterical. Right,
so we are going to definitely have to do this more often then, if that's how this is working, right?
Right? Raven, I didn't go to you yet, right? I'm forgetting where
my answer would be Disney, and more Disney.
Yep.
No, I do. Like, I think I started off with the comics. I find I go back and forth sometimes where I'm really focusing on comics, and then I kind of switch and I only look at collectibles. But I think Disney is where my lane is now. Yeah,
I like it.
Everything. I mean, VeVe has so many amazing things. So.
Yep.
So hang on a second. I have to tell you guys what Rudy keeps doing during this, okay? Rudy, you know my husband, okay? This little shit. I tried to cut yourself. He keeps moving me. He keeps going by. But like, I'm trying to keep us. I'm like, are you kidding me?
What did we talk about trolling?
This is my husband. He is my VeVe partner, my business partner, the father of my children. My son is upstairs. They're just like, oh my God.
Jealous. He's
Too
so
good.
I know.
jealous of ladies' night.
We need the boys stream, right? Oh my gosh.
Right?
They're excited.
Be
They have
one
a
of the
celebrity
girls.
in the family.
What did we say about trolling?
Did I get through everybody? I'm sorry if I
Yep.
Okay.
I think
All right.
so, yeah.
So this one is in the same vein of everything that you have. What's your favorite collectible? Bam, bam.
Magic, you can't ask that question. You can't even answer that question.
Oh, yes, I can.
Did you call on first? Did you call me?
Yeah.
Okay. My first, that's really hard in the beginning. It was a lot easier because at first I was always wanting Wonder Woman. We're like Superman, and like we got Superman. He was my favorite at first. Then we got Wonder Woman finally, and then it was like, oh, like Wonder Woman, she's my girl. Then it was like, you know, Black Panther and Vader, and like now we have the Gauntlet. There's all these things that I don't even know how to pick just one. I really don't. So, but if there's just, I would have to say the logo. I just have to pick one.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Because all the other ones, like it's just, I love all of them, and they've been my favorite at some point, and they all are kind of still my favorites together. And just to pick one, I don't know how to do that.
Yep. All right, Casey, you're on the spot now.
Oh shoot. Okay, my favorite. I don't have a favorite. I guess I'll just. I love Lady and the Tramp. That's like one of my favorite movies growing up, and so I'm gonna go with them as far as like Disney goes. But there's so many good collectibles, like it's really hard for me to choose one still. So Lady and the Tramp is a favorite, and then Ghost Spider, of course, because it's Gwen Stacy. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Miss Slammy, what about you? No. That was epic.
I wish you could see his face.
No.
One of the stones just fell out.
Why are all the husbands interrupting girls' night?
Mine's at work, so.
Oh, that's
So
funny.
that is not my favorite. Yet, at least. I actually haven't even crafted yet. I'm delaying, but I will be. My favorite is Miles Morales. And I actually think it's the rare, probably for two reasons. One, I did not get it on the drop, but it was one of the collectibles that I just kind of like threw caution to the wind and was like, I'm buying it on the secondary, and did it right away, which might have been slightly too early because I know I overpaid at the time. So I think just that, like, kind of letting myself, I guess, not be overly cautious and overthink everything, which I normally do. But then also, I just like it. Like, he just looks cool. Like, the colors and just the hoodie and all that stuff. I love that collectible.
You make such a good point there. By the way, haven't those gone up a bit from?
Yes.
Yeah, they've been doing pretty well.
Yep.
So now I have not overpaid, but at the time I definitely did.
Right. But it's such a good point, because that's how I feel about my walt. Like, when I bought that walt, it was just, I had to have it. Like, I wanted it. Yep. I love it. I had to have it. Now it's worth less than what I paid for, but I don't care. Like, I hate when people say, like, you got wrecked and this kind of stuff. I'm like, no, I didn't, because I wanted it, and I'm still happy I have it. I have no shame. Like, I don't care.
You don't get wrecked until you sell. Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, until you sell it, nobody's wrecked. That's the thing, is that if you haven't sold anything, if you haven't cashed out, then it's not, I mean, I'll get to mine when it's my turn, but it's the same thing. Until you sell, you're not wrecked.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I think it's all perspective, right? Because everyone just has a different perspective. Some people are more focused on maybe monetary value. Other people are focused on the actual collectibles and like the experience and the memories and all that stuff that comes with it. So it's just, everyone's different and everyone's perspective is valid. It's just recognizing that your perspective or someone else's, it just might be different from what yours is. And that's okay.
Right.
That's why it's very dangerous and unappreciated to cast judgment on people, because you don't know the reasons why they bought. And so it's only my feelings about what I bought that should matter to anybody.
Correct.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
good points. All right, Tina. I mean, I feel like maybe your answer might change after but as
What
of
was it
right
again?
now,
So okay, so I'm going to actually point out two collectibles that I never knew about till I was introduced to VeVe. Just because everyone knows Disney, everyone knows Star Wars, everyone knows Marvel, right? I love number 19 Harley Quinn, Steve Peugeot. And I actually like fought and got 369. Like that was my very first sequential mint. And I was just like, boom, drop the mic. Look what I got. Done.
that's
And
one
then,
I would like to have.
a second one I really, really love. So I love Ghostbusters, of course. I grew up in the 80s. I love the Moogly. So I got 111.
Oh, yeah.
And I love those. So those are like I love the VeVe logo for sure. So when you're asking this question, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what would be collectibles I would never give up? That's them, because they're like one of ones to me, you know.
Yeah.
But I do love Miles Morales too. Like I somebody was just saying in the feed that Miles Morales rare was at 600. I got number 75 on an auction for 585. Miles Morales hoodie. That's my favorite. That is my favorite Miles Morales. Like the invisible one, I don't have. Rudy has it. He won't share. But it's okay. I have 75 and I love it.
That is awesome. And another thing I want to point out before we move on is you talked about you and FamBam talked about the logo. That's also one of my favorites. It's like that one and Walter, probably my top two.
Yeah.
But you were talking earlier about the communities and like different groups and stuff you're involved in. And I wanted to mention that logo group is such an awesome group. Just today, they were messaging saying how they're so happy that they have a place where they can go and be around other people in the community with the same feelings of them as them and feel safe and feel like there's a shared interest and a shared love. And there's no bad energy. It's all good vibes.
Yeah.
We all sort of feel like share the same sentiment and everything. And I was like, oh, this was so nice and refreshing to see today. Like I was really happy to see that. I don't like chat in there that much, but I always love catching up on the comments. But there are some like fabulous even sub communities within VeVe that are like super positive and great to get into. So yeah, if you're, if you have a logo and you're not in that logo group, you can reach out to Mr. MC1. There's also the logo group within Discord, and then Discord has sub communities as well. I'm in the Disney portion of the Discord. So there's just lots of great places where you can share your fandoms and just share like the good energy and not just clean everything else up.
You're not gonna have somebody come behind you and like, no, it's not.
Vegas bro.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, we got to cheers. I forgot.
Yep, cheers.
I will say too, in the VeVe logo group, everyone is like, there's so many different personalities, so many different kinds of cultures. It's so global. I feel like it is the most global group and very, very respectful. I mean, you have people from Amsterdam, Germany, France, America, New Zealand, like tiny little islands that I've never even heard of. And everybody's just very supportive and just very positive in there.
Yeah. Let's talk about the biggest bros question real quick. Do you believe we'll get Sleeping Beauty Castle?
I hope so.
One day.
Me too.
And
one day. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Better.
I hope so.
I care more to get Maleficent.
Chug. You guys are so funny.
Yeah, I think about the platinum moments and like, is it going to kind of work like golden moments where there's like the pinnacle, like, Walt was the pinnacle. Is there going to be a similar thing? If so, I could see like a castle being that. I mean, I'm sure at some point we're going to get a castle.
Yeah.
There's also multiple castles depending on, are they going to do the original Disneyland castle? Are they going to do the Disney World castle? Like there's all the castles around the world are all different. So which do you choose? Which is most iconic? All that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would love it. I think my biggest hope which is asking a lot. But my biggest hope would be that you can go inside the castle.
Yes.
You know, like some of the buildings and stuff we have and ships
yeah.
and things. Some you can like some of the vehicles you can be inside of, but then other things you can't be inside of and see the interior. I would love it if you could see the interior of the castle as well.
That would be amazing.
That would be really cool. That would be really cool.
Okay, so where were we? We're on MiizzCherrii, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh. So it's funny because I'm still I like the collecting part of it, while my husband's more like the monetary, like this is our future kind of deal. And I'm like, no, keep them all. I love all of them. I'd have to say, I think I have like three that are my top like favorite that I love. It's the Eye of Agamotto, which is from Doctor Strange, which I talked about with Randy and FamBam. My favorite Marvel. He's my favorite character. Like I feel like I am him a lot of times, you know. Moana. I love the Moana drop. So it's the newer Disney generation. That's one of my favorite movies. And then, of course, from the Marvel Mighties, the Spider-Man collection, my Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider. So those are kind of my three totally kid-like, but I love them collectibles that that fit me, you know. So.
Do you guys think that we might get also a 3D Spider-Gwen here, like Miles Morales like?
Yeah. Yes.
I
hope so. I
think
so
gonna
bad.
have a big part in this movie. I do think so. I think I feel like everything is so strategic with Marvel and VeVe. Like they just tee it up. Like we just fall right into their lap. Like, oh, okay, yes, this is what we're buying today.
I'd be so jazzed. And I'm a new fan. I'm a new Spider-Gwen fan, but I'm so jazzed.
I think that 101 of her too, which was amazing. I love that 101. That was probably my favorite 101 that they ever released on VeVe. It was so beautiful.
What were you saying, Casey?
If they don't drop like just a Gwen that looks really good, I could see them doing more Marvel Mighties, just like doing like Peter Plopper or whatever. Peter Porker, and like the different characters just in Mighties. You know, the pig.
I love it. I like that version better.
But I could see them doing more Mighties too, of just like Spider-Punk, Spider-Boy, and like Plopper, or not Plopper, whatever.
It's stuck now.
It's Ploppered out. Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Raven? What's your favorite collectible?
So I have two for very different reasons. One is Walt, because I didn't get it on drop and it took off, and I was like, I'll never have him. And then eventually came down to a price that I could afford, and I bought it, and there was such a different feeling when I made that purchase. It was like relief.
Yeah,
Like, it was
I agree.
It was like, I'm done. I don't need anything else. But that part wasn't true because I ended up buying more stuff. And then it was like one collectible where I'd go back in the app. I'm like, is it still there? Like I had to double check. The other would be the lenticular Donald Duck, because 1934 is the mint I got. But I didn't realize like it wasn't like this. Like that's to me, that card is where my journey really changed with VeVe, because I think it was just before that drop. VeVe Magic, I think it was your very first time you were ever on a live stream, and you were talking about mint numbers. And all that stuff, and I didn't even think about any of that stuff. So I just happened to, when I was playing in the market, I was kind of getting frustrated and looking for stuff. So I was just like, I'm just gonna buy whatever comes on the floor next. And so I just refreshed, hit buy, and then I went back after and looked at the number and looked it up and what it meant.
That's
wow.
I mean, if it hadn't been for your live stream, I don't even know if I would have looked up the number.
Wow.
Like it was crazy. So that, for me, that really signifies where things really kind of changed in my journey with VeVe.
Wow.
So thank you.
Very cool story. I never heard that from you before. This is like super. Yeah. Wow. Very cool. That's Donald's FA in real life, correct?
First appearance. Yep.
Yep.
And his first appearance on VeVe. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's very exciting. Congrats. Wow. And the fact that you just like luckily sort of landed that, like just fell into your lap. Yeah. That's very cool. Let's transition a little bit. This is going to be sort of like a three-parter. Do you collect physical things? If so, did VeVe change that at all for you? And then if you have anything nearby, feel free to share that. So where did we leave off? Are we at KC now on questions? I think
actually, it would be awesome if you guys let me go first because I actually have to go soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to have to cut it short, you guys. But
no worries.
Okay, so.
Hey, Tammy, would you mind muting real quick? I think somebody's got background noise.
Okay, let me figure it out.
Yeah, you should hopefully be able to see it. Perfect. You're good. Awesome. Thank you.
Where was I? Oh, so was I a collector before VeVe? Not really. I liked stuff, but I didn't really want to spend my money on it. I was like, whatever. So VeVe definitely turned me more into a collector. I had a couple Funko Pops of characters I liked or whatever, but I've definitely become a comic collector because of VeVe. And yeah, I've just been collecting way more physical stuff because it's made me just more of a nerd, and having ones that match my so I could have a digital collection. So it's matching both. I love that, I love to be able to show it in the digital world and here. So VeVe definitely turned me more into a collector. Did you guys want to see some of my collections? My collectibles?
Of course.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure that you guys all probably have one of these or something by now. The FA Harley.
Yep.
Yeah. Very nice.
Goodness.
She doesn't have her smoke in her because my cat will eat her. But and then I also have, this is probably my favorite Ghost Spider collectible that I have. She's doing a little backflip on here. Hold on. Let me see if I could. Whoa. Okay. She's doing a little backflip.
Oh, I see now.
On the
Yeah.
chimney.
Oh, very
And
cool.
it's really cool. You can't tell because this is backwards. Ghost, with her webbing.
That's cool.
So yeah, this is one of my favorite ones. It's by Q-Toy. I've never heard of them before, but I seen the Ghost Spider and I was like, I have to get this. So, yeah. Those are probably my favorite too. And my new little turtle I got from Biscuit.
Oh, cute.
She has a little heart.
That.
Right?
Makes
So
amazing creations.
I know. I love them all. I just want every single piece of hers.
Right? Okay, so yeah,
favorites.
if you need to just drop off, feel free. Thank you so much for coming and sharing.
Yeah, thanks, ladies. It was so nice to meet
nice
any of you that I haven't spoke with
Hi,
yet.
KCollections.
I look forward to more of these, you guys. Thank you.
All right, Miss Slammy, what about you? Physical collecting.
I was not, and even now I've started collecting some comics, but was not into collecting at all before VeVe. So VeVe definitely got me into it. I'll admit, I still have a slight aversion to collecting too much stuff because I think that's one of the things I really like about VeVe is it doesn't take up space. I don't have to figure out where to put it, how to store it. We did go to C2E2, which is the Chicago Comic Convention about maybe a month ago or so. And I was like, don't just start buying random things. I had to tell myself, because it is really it's all exciting and you see all this stuff. And I was kind of in the space of, I wanted something that was even just something that was very more artistic that I was looking for. But I also was holding myself back to make sure that I bought it only if it was something I really, really wanted. If something really clicked with me. So, but I have started collecting comic books. But it's still a fairly recent.
Is this true, Slammy? Is this true? I want to know this.
Yeah, it was actually, yeah. So we were out of town for Comic Book Day, and we were in Kentucky, so an area that was right outside of Louisville, but not in Louisville. So I was like, oh, I got to find a place where we can go on like Comic Book Day to try to get some stuff. And I'm still very new to this, and I feel a little out of place still in comic book stores, but just finding the ones where people are super nice, and the community has been super awesome in helping like to answer questions or, you know, educate me when, you know, I'm still pretty new at this. So
very cool. You didn't happen to have anything nearby to show and tell, did you?
I do. So this is, I don't know, can you see?
Ooh.
So I got
That's really cool.
Nice. I got this at C2E2, and I actually haven't even opened it up because I don't know. I don't exactly know like what I should and shouldn't be doing. But it was one of their convention exclusives that I picked up there. So I really,
that's cool.
The cover is super cool. So I like that one.
Awesome.
Yeah, amazing.
Super good.
I like that cover a lot. It's really pretty. Okay, Tina.
So I never collected physicals. So growing up, like I loved Barbies, but my mom lost them along the way, and you know, I didn't end up keeping any of them. But I really didn't. I was just kind of like work, and then VeVe kind of changed everything. So as we started growing into this community, and like I never even knew what Todd was. When we joined VeVe, I'm like, Todd, what is Reso? Yeah. What is all this stuff, you know, like, or what is you know, like there was all these acronyms, so many acronyms for VeVe. So I had no idea, like to me, Batman was Batman, Spider-Man was Spider-Man. I had no idea about a multiverse. I had no idea about all these different, there's a cat Spider-Man actually. Like it's just, it's like this whole, all these levels, right? But as we, you know, started going to these events and we started learning more and more, it's like Rudy literally signed me up for the Marvel, I think it's Marvel Unlimited. So I literally get like these boxes of these awesome collectibles. Like I don't know what I'm going to do with all these, but there's Flash and there's like a little toy and there's like a button and there's all this stuff. So, but I will say I did wear this especially for you.
Oh, I know.
My 100 jacket. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
oh my gosh, that looks so
super
good.
Cute. So I wore this. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna be on VeVe Magic's like live stream. I had to honor her. And then I do want to share one thing. So something that has become more prevalent in our family is, so my daughter, as you guys, some of you guys know, really big into art. And so we've been talking to her a lot about like one of ones and what it means and stuff. So she drew this for me for my birthday, and I framed it, of course. But you know, I had posted like she drew you know, Incredible Hulk for Rudy for his birthday. But so art has become very special personally to us. And then also with VeVe, like we wanted to have the physical with the digital. Like I literally bought Air Jordans for the first time for my Miles Morales.
So jealous.
Like, that's crazy. I've never bought Air Jordans in my life. I've never owned them. And you know, and just in case, like I bought them in the same size as my son in case, like I'm like, okay, what if something changes? Like, but I have like a case being ordered where it's gonna like, it goes into the wall. It's like a lit up case. You display the shoes on it, and then I'm gonna put like my Miles Morales, my 75 that I have of him, the NFT version in the case. So like a picture of it. So we have definitely gone like from work, you know, real estate to, oh my gosh, who are we now? You know, but it's been a lot of fun. And it's been, you know, very exciting for us to go treasure hunting. So we go treasure hunting as a family. We look for these things, like even at Disneyland, like we found out about the little leprechaun, like just a little, like a tiny little house and
by Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that has been really fun and special. And I feel like it's like a new chapter in our journey.
Yeah.
Wow, that was so cool. I'm actually wearing those shoes. I'm like, wow, you're like getting a case. I got I'm like, oh my God, I want them, but I forgot to like try and go for them. And Yeah,
That's
those
crazy.
are cool shoes. But yeah, I've never like had a pair of Jordans or anything before. I ever wanted a pair, but I'm like, I need them.
I need them.
Well, he didn't have them, and everyone kept talking about it. Oh my gosh, I love Miles Morales, but he's not wearing Nike. He's not wearing the Air Jordans. And I was just like, I'm going to get him some. Like, I need to get him some. He needs to have them.
I love it. What about you, MiizzCherrii?
Awesome.
Actually, really Magic.
Oh,
I just didn't want to be rude and just disappear
you're
again,
fine.
because I've done that like a couple times already today. But I do have to get going. But I just wanted to say bye and thank you for having all of us.
It
and
was nice
organizing.
meeting you.
Nice to meet you,
you.
Slammy.
And I'll be excited
So
to
nice meeting
listen
you.
back to the rest of the feed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate
I
it.
love it.
Tell your hubby I love
Brilliant.
the gauntlet coming up.
I will. Thanks, ladies.
And then there were 6.
I want that too.
All right. So I think it's really awesome that VeVe kind of got all of us started into collecting, because that was exactly the same story for us, that we just, we're not minimalist, but we just never really collected anything until we got into VeVe. So we are also part of the DC universe when it comes to like Bat Cowls and Hero, which is the cards and NFT.
Oh my gosh.
We have the whole, because I believe there's 3 seasons right now, like there's 3 chapters, sorry. And we have the whole first chapter, but we've worked on getting like low mints. We keep them in like great condition. He's letting me open it. So like,
wow.
He completely,
Nice.
and this is completely full. And so is this one.
Wow.
It's completely full. He organized all of it, but we have it organized from like the collection that it's in, the mint number. And then if we have duplicates, we keep it in another binder that we put in order and things like that. So
that is impressive.
like it's all just, different collections kind of deal.
That's awesome.
But
Now, did you go hunting? Did you hunt like at all the stores for these packs?
Oh yeah, we did when they first got in the stores.
All the Walmarts?
And yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you get any?
So when I tell you, it's 1:00 in the morning and I'm half asleep. He's like, "We need to go to Walmart right now." I'm like, "We're not going to Walmart right now." But we did.
But did y'all get some?
What's that?
Did you get them at Walmart? Were you able to find them?
When they first kind of started dropping, we have like 5 or 6 Walmarts that are within a certain radius from us that we literally like would go to each one. Wow. Where's your card section? Where's this? And let me tell you, every single time it was very rare that we actually found them because they were gone like that. Like we were like, what the heck? We're so early. But a lot of it, he's so good at like flipping. He's so good with making deals with people or finding it. And then we just save up for something or, what have you. But it's been really fun. Like that's also something I understand, like collecting, cards, trading cards, but it's also an NFT. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, which is really awesome. So, it's been really fun. And the last time I collected trading cards like this was Pokemon when I was 7 or 8 was when I had a big collection. So this is like totally fun. And it's fun that we're both together for sure. Our biggest, we also did it from OfferUp as well because there was people selling packs of them on OfferUp. We have 3 mythics, which is like I think that's equivalent to SR in the VeVe world, where it's like 3 mythics that there's only 1,000 of each card in the world, and we have 3 of them because we pulled one. I think we pulled another one, and then we did a trade for another one. So. Yeah, we put a lot of effort in that too. It's really fun. And we have the first chapter completed. The second chapter, we're I think halfway through. And then I think there's a 3rd chapter that we're not really getting too into. But that first chapter is kind of the biggest one, like the biggest one that is going on. So
it's super impressive. I got 2 boxes, I think, when they released on the internet, and of course, like everybody was able to get them in Walmart before the boxes arrived. But I never got anything after that. But I still have them, and I opened them up to see what I had, but then I just basically touched them since, and so I'll just hold them for a while.
That's awesome. But, smart. Yes.
Yeah. So Raven, I know your camera's not on, but you want to talk about maybe your physical collecting and whether VeVe has changed that or not. Maybe you could describe something that's your favorite.
Yeah, and I can I'll post maybe a picture on Twitter later. But no, I had no intention of collecting physicals. And then I got this delivery one day, and it was a tomato popcorn bucket.
I know where you got that.
So I won that on your one of your giveaways. And that kind of started it. And then, you know, I had entered other giveaways in the community. So the first time I ever matched a digital comic was a comic I won from Comics and Crypto and Elite Comics.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. And then so when I look at my shelf, and then I've won a few other things since then. So when I look at my shelf, it reminds me of the community. Like, that's where most of my collection is from. Like recently, like now I have purchased some Disney 100 stuff. And, you know, the Funko Pops and that kind of stuff. And I've ordered the Disney 100 comics. But other than that, like it's my little VeVe shelf of my VeveFam. So, yeah.
I
love a little collection.
That's so cute. Tammy, what about you?
So I never collected physical things until VeVe. My first thing I got was I won Silicone. You and Silicone were on, I think, Spaces, and he was giving away a Darth Maul figure.
Yes.
And it was right before Decon.
Yes.
And so that was the first thing I ever got. And unfortunately, I'm transitioning from one home to that, so I don't have any of them with me.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't have. Then I got, when I was at Decon, I bought a Boba Fett Funko Pop thing because I have that collection, because I have that on VeVe.
Yeah.
And but I catch myself going into stores now looking for things. I was at the mall picking up some summer clothes, and I went into this toy store looking, and I went to the Funko Pops looking for, like, if they would have had like a Miles Morales or something like that, I would have picked it up. But something that's pretty cool is when I met Metaverse Life in Seattle when he was doing his tour, and he gave me some comics, which first comics I've ever owned. So he gave me some comics. I do want to apologize for the noise in the background. School is out, so and I am going to have to leave as well because I do have to get ready for work. Okay. But I do want to acknowledge a comment that was in before I go. There was a comment asking, because I won't be here if you go over it, asking if any of us own Omi, and I don't know about everybody else, but I do. That's how I got into the project. I was into crypto, and then I found Omi through Altcoin Daily, and then after doing my research, buying the Omi, and then that's when I got into the collecting aspect, and now I just can't stop. Yeah, so exactly. Yeah, it's just going. So I will see you guys soon, and good luck, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay. Bye.
Night.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually the reverse of a lot of people. Is I was on VeVe first and then into Omi. I got Omi in March of 2021. So the first time I bought was close to like one of the all-time highs. And then I bought 2 or 3 times since then to DCA. Yep. Do you guys want to share? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, I do have Omi, and that's pretty as much as almost exactly the same as Tammy's story there, is where, like, I had a friend introduce me to Bitcoin, and he showed me how to buy it, showed me how to make a wallet. And then this was at the point where, like, every day it was going up and up and up. And I'm like, this is like magic coins. Like, what's happening? I didn't know anything about it. So that's when I kind of did more research on the blockchain, and then looked into altcoins, and eventually stumbled upon Omi, and then kind of researched it, and just it sounded interesting to me. And then found VeVe, and my first drop was the amazing. I downloaded the app, and I remember looking at it, and I was like, oh, nothing really is catching my interest. I was like, I'll just let other people buy the stuff, and I'll just buy some Omi. And then they announced Spider-Man, And that's where everything changed. And now I don't even really look at crypto anymore. Like I have it. I buy it once in a while, but it's not fun for me anymore. Like VeVe's fun.
Good point. That is the difference between, I mean, some people I'm sure find crypto fun, but
they do, yeah.
Yeah.
But not for me.
Yeah, same.
It's fun when it's moving up.
What's up?
It's fun when it's moving up.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Did you want to say something, Tina?
I was going to say I'm very similar to you, VeVe. I had never heard of OMI. Like I've heard of Bitcoin and crypto, of course, but we heard about it before New York Comic Con, and we were like, we got to buy this. We got to buy this. I don't know. It's affiliated with VeVe. Everything VeVe. It's got to be good. It's got to be good. You know. And no financial advice. I did my own research. I liked what I saw, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is just so. It's like pennies, like less than pennies. Like it's so cheap. Like what could go wrong, you know? So yeah, we did end up buying some, and now I'm just like on an auto, like kind of like a consistent buy-in every single week.
Oh wow!
And we'll see what happens. I don't know. Like I'm excited. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not counting on OMI just because I feel like it's too unfamiliar personally to me. I can't control it, and my biggest thing is I like what I can control. If I buy something for $100 and I see it go up to 200, I know I can sell it for 200, you know? Yeah. If it's something that's just out of my control and too many variables, then it's almost like gambling. But I just look at it as, you know, I just have to kind of wait and see how it's going to unfold.
Totally.
Good points.
Yeah. Totally. For us, we had 1 million OMI. So my husband knows more like the details for it, but I do know that we sold it at the top because we put money, once we sold it, we put money on top, and that's how we got the SR Spider-Man. So, and I know per him, it's like, it was a great deal. So we definitely are going to get more OMI, like where we, especially with our budget, like putting it towards like the, you know, investment kind of savings budget. That's something that we want to get back and get more of, get back.
MiizzCherrii, who is your husband? What's his name?
Has.
Has.
It
yeah.
is Has. Oh my
yeah,
God.
it is his. Yeah, and then on
That's
it's
crazy.
Shazam on Twitter is his handle, Shazam. So that's my husband. He's in the
Okay,
chat
got
right
it.
now.
And he's just as cool as she is.
Okay.
Just so you know. They're both amazing.
Yeah, no, it sounds awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to ask now, how is Has his nickname?
So he's Egyptian. So his full name is Hazem, Hazem.
So is my son.
What?
Oh my God,
no
no.
way.
Yeah.
What the heck?
That is
Wow.
crazy. I'm like, what is going on here?
No,
When
he's
he
in
said
the
that
chat
I
right
have
now.
to
He
work,
said,
I'm like,
hey.
that's not my.
Meanwhile, I've
no,
never heard that
that's
name in
my
my life.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. That was
Yeah.
Rudy's brother, who unfortunately was killed in a car accident, passed away. So when we had our first son, we named our son, literally, our son was born yesterday, Memorial Day. He was named after Hazem. So he was named after Rudy's brother.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah,
That's such a
you
small
do
world.
not
Yeah.
ever hear that name, except for when you're in
Yeah.
Egypt. It's like everyone's named that.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
crazy.
my God,
Wow.
what a small
Now
world.
you guys
Small
have a
world.
special bond.
Yeah.
That's so
He
cool.
just celebrated on
speak
Sunday.
Arabic?
Oh
Do
yeah,
you
no,
also
he just had his 15-year in the States celebration on Sunday. He was 15 years in the States. So no, he's born and bred in Egypt. He got here 15 years ago. What a story.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Rudy is first generation American, but his parents are both from Cairo. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was born in Saudi Arabia, but he's from Egypt. His mom was there at the time when she gave birth. But no, he did get his citizenship, I want to say 2 years ago now. So he is a U.S. citizen now, but yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's so funny.
VeVe family all around the world.
I love it.
So neat. I love that so much. Okay,
yeah, we'll
FamBam,
get together.
what about you and your physical collecting?
Physical collecting? Okay, let's see. Well, first, I want to show, I also have my HRO cards.
Hey, there you go.
I have, this is not full, but I also have some boxes in here that I've opened, but I haven't put them away
Yeah.
yet. So I'll just show that really quick. I mean, just a little bit because I have my favorites. You know, I do. This is all chapter 1. That's
Cool.
in here, but I have the same thing. where I
Our
have-
organization comes from OCD, so don't worry.
So I got
Don't
all
worry
this.
about it. It's our OCD.
So I'll put that back down here. But then I've got all this stuff back. I was never a collector before, like at all. Now I've gotten all this, and everything seems like, you know, it has a story. So it's hard to just say what's your favorite. But I remember, you know, I was always waiting for Wonder Woman. So once I got her, I saw somebody had bought the little statue here, and I went on there. I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy one of those. When I got on there, I was like, oh,
they have all the others.
Buy all of them. I've got all of them now. You know, I've got like, look at this. This is from eBay, and it's the little you know,
oh,
on there whenever you first open the app.
Yeah.
You know, and I've gotten
That's
gifts.
super cute.
Kickoff party. I got the, I don't know if you guys can see, but the little vulture from VeVe.
The
okay.
Vultura?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little, this is the one that Sanjay gave me. Got her. So
Oh yeah.
I
Awesome.
love that collectible too. I love how the roses like just keep falling.
yes. So that was amazing. I have Funko Pops down here. I have so many comics. I have like, this was, I think, maybe the first thing I purchased. I remember seeing this. And
that's
there was
super
somebody
cool.
in the community that makes them, and I can't remember. She's not very active or anything, but so, and she signed it. It's like a 1 of 1 thing. So that was like,
That is so cool.
and then to have,
I
like,
want to buy one of Jimbo Lee's VeVe things. I need to reach out to him.
So I got that one here.
Hey, I think yours and mine basically match. They're really
They're
close.
so pretty. Those
Yeah,
are
they're
so
the same.
pretty. Yeah.
And then having like fabrics, like hand this to you personally from Broken Crayons. Like, I love that. My Bear Bricks from that I won at Decon this year. And I would not have won this without Wet Wizard, because he was the one that because I had the Vincent NFT that they did. And if you have that, you get to go like do a drawing. And we first got to Decon, we're all, and then we're kind of there. And then Wet Wizard was telling me, he's like, hey, go do your drawing. I'm like, I'll do it later. He's like, well, no, go do it. So I did it. And I got the gold ticket one where I got a.
That's amazing.
And then the artist was there and I got it signed.
Oh,
very
wow.
cool.
That's nice. Wow.
So I don't know. Yeah, so it's hard to pick one. But then right now, my most current favorite would be from Sleepin' Comics.
Yeah.
I got my hat. And guys, I'm doing a giveaway on the second one. It's here in the box. I have a tweet up. I'm going to do a drawing tomorrow. So if you guys want to go onto my Twitter page, I just retweeted it. So it's up to the top, and just, like, retweet, all that good stuff. And he does have some left. So tomorrow, after I do the tweet, I'm also going to put his link there for the rest. He does have a little bit left. So if you guys want one, he's still
very cool.
Sale. And I'll just, I don't know, I'll stop right there.
That's awesome. So I'll share a little bit.
Good, though.
So I never viewed myself as a collector at all of Disney stuff until I got into VeVe, and then people started asking me, because I really just thought of, like, I wasn't collecting, I was just buying things that I liked, but I did have specific lanes. So if I find a mug at Disneyland that speaks to me, I don't even drink coffee. I drink hot chocolate. Or chocolate or chai. For whatever reason, if I see a mug that speaks to me, I have to buy it. And I have, probably close to 50 of them. And then ears. And then I was big into handbags. And then also I like trying to get all the pins that you can get. And then what's the other thing I was into?
The coins.
The coins.
The coins.
I'm trying to think of stuff like pre-VeVe that I didn't realize I was collecting when I really was collecting. But it was so much just like the joy of it. I didn't ever see it as collecting. I was just like, I like that it speaks to me. Oh, ornaments. Ornaments. So, and I don't go with like a specific genre or anything. It's just if I go in and I go, it's talking to me, I have to have it. So I've not really shared this before, but I'll share it's very disorganized, but what my collection of ears looks like. Here's one bag. So this is all. And And here's another bag, all full of ears.
Wow.
So
That'd be cool to put on a wall.
There's
I
probably
know.
close to 50 sets. I'll show you like some of my favorites.
Oh
Aw,
my
Those
goodness.
are pretty.
that's
Um,
awesome.
Great.
I haven't worn these ones yet, but these ones are Disney 100.
Oh,
That's
those are so
awesome.
cool.
That's really awesome.
So I had to get those. Oh, and here's another one of these that, yeah.
That is so
That's
pretty.
I have dozens and dozens. So apparently I collect ears. And then the other thing that I was going to share, and these aren't necessarily my favorite collectibles, but they're just like things that I haven't shared before that I thought would be fun. I've talked about these handbags before that are extremely popular. Fun fact, they're heavily botted. So the website limits your purchase to one per customer, but you will see them immediately on eBay afterwards for 3 to 4 times what they sell for.
Yeah.
So we are not alone. This exists everywhere. But the thing is, it exists where there's opportunity and where there's something that people really want. Bots don't exist just anywhere. They exist where there's something special and there's opportunity, right?
Right.
So
Well said. Yeah.
it's worth
for
mentioning. But it is, you know, Nike, all these big companies experience bot issues. It is not just VeVe specific. But anyways, the brand, some of you might remember, it was big in the early 2000s, late 90s. It was called Harvey's, and they came out with the seatbelt belt. And people used to rock the belt that was made out of a seatbelt and it clicked like a seatbelt.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And they started making handbags, and they're partnered with Disney. And so they sort of like disappeared for a bit, and then they had a revival. And so they have all these Disney themed. This one's like a pouch, but it has like all the different Mickeys on it.
That's cool.
You open it up. This one, there's the dog. Sorry. This
Her
one's
Amazon package this year.
So it's
I like that one. That one that's a cool one.
Gracie, come here. Sorry guys, I'm dog sitting. And then this one I haven't opened yet, but this is one of my favorite. Come here, come on. This is one of my favorite characters in Disney, Marvel, Pixar, all of them. Is Sully.
Oh,
So this is like his mouth opens up and you can see his teeth, and it like is a kind of like a crossbody.
That is so cute. Look at all.
Yeah, I probably have 8 or 10 of these bags, and they're not cheap. They're not extremely expensive, but they're not cheap. If you can get them on drop, then you're doing good. There was my like holy grail was they did a Nightmare Before Christmas series, and they did like an overnight duffel bag, and
oh my gosh,
all these are limited edition.
Yeah,
and I wanted it so bad, and it sold out instantly.
Of course,
and then it was immediately like I think it was like 5 times the purchase price. I'm like, well, there we go.
Especially with Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I had more questions, but I want to be respectful of everybody's time. It's especially for some of you, it's later in the evening. So I think we'll wrap it up. But maybe another time we can do more of these. I would love that. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. Super great to hear your guys' stories. Appreciate you sharing so much. Very unique perspectives that I think is important to hear. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you for doing this. Thank you for
so much.
Thank you so much.
Seriously. I love it. Not even just this. Like, I'm loving the chat in general. Just having all of us and just kind of empowerment. I think it is. Every time I'm on my phone and my husband's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm talking to my friends. Don't worry about it." It's my BB group. Don't worry about it. So
and
it's really
awesome. Yeah, and also a very special shout out to Raven for her first YouTube video ever.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you. You did amazing.
Thank you. You're an amazing host.
Thank you.
And everybody's so awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, we will catch each other in the community, and stay tuned for more later.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.